I often get asked, Chris, what equipment do you use to record your videos with? And my response often surprises people. I tell them I use my iPhone and about $100 worth of equipment. You see, about 5 years ago, I purchased a Canon camcorder for just under $1,000. Now at the time, it was a top-of-the-line camera that recorded great video. And that's what I used to record all my videos with. Until recently, when I started using my iPhone. And you know what? I found out that my iPhone actually records better video than this $1,000 camcorder I bought 5 years ago. Now, when you stop and think about it, it's a little bit crazy, but that's just technology. So I share that story with you because most people have an iPhone or another smartphone of similar quality, and I want you to know that you don't need to go out there and purchase another camera or camcorder. And in fact, if you have a camcorder you bought in the last 5 or 10 years, I wouldn't recommend you use it. Stick with your iPhone or smartphone. Now I'm going to take you through the setup that I use to record video with my iPhone. Now the equipment I'm mentioning will work with the iPhone 4, 4S, 5, and 5S. It'll also work with all the iPads from the iPad 2 and beyond, and also the iPad mini. Now this setup will also work with other smartphones. You may need to buy one different adapter cord, but when I get to that point, I will tell you what you need to know. Now, I'm biased to the iPhone because I bought the iPhone when it came out back in 2007, and every 2 years I've just got my upgrade and I've stuck with it. But from what I've read and as I've talked with other people, the cameras on other smartphones and tablets will certainly get the job done for you. Now, before I walk you through piece by piece on what I use, I want to give you a heads up that there's a link to an Amazon list I made below this video. And it'll take you to all the equipment that I use. This way, if you're one of those people that just wants to grab the information and go, you can grab it. Otherwise, you can also open this window and follow along. Again, that link is below the video. Now, the first important key to recording great video is to make sure you record great audio. This is a mistake I made when I was brand new to recording video, and I've seen a lot of other people make this mistake. Remember, people are not just watching you on video, but they're also listening to you. So I look at producing a great video as 50% of what people are seeing and 50% of what people are hearing. So if people can't hear you, guess what? They're going to click off and go watch someone else's video, which you don't want. So the first thing to understand is do not rely on the internal built-in microphone on your iPhone, iPad, smartphone, or tablet. Rather than me explaining why, let me show you a quick example I did between using the built-in microphone and using an external microphone. So I'm about 4 feet away from my iPhone and I'm using the built-in mic. So right now it probably sounds alright, but I'm going to start stepping backwards and keep on talking and trying to keep my voice at the same level so you can hear just how it sounds. Now I'm about 10 feet away and it's starting to sound, you can hear my voice a lot less, it's getting echoey and so on, and you're probably hearing more background noise. And that's part of the reason I did this test outside of my back patio, is so there is some background noise, you can hear how much the phone picks up of it. So now I have an external microphone plugged into the iPhone, and I'm about the same distance away as I was before, about 4 feet. So now I'm going to start backing up and keep talking so you can hear how the audio difference is. So right now I'm about 10 feet away, and it sounds a lot better than it did without the microphone. And right now I'm probably about 12 or 15 feet away, and this is actually a couple steps further back than I was without the microphone. But as you can tell, the audio sounds exactly the same whether I'm 15 feet away or 5 feet away. And the other nice thing is that this picks up a lot less background noise out here. Pretty dramatic difference, huh? Now you could obviously hear the difference between the built-in microphone on the iPhone 5S and the external microphone. So if you sound far away, or your volume is really low, or there's a lot of background noise, guess what? People will not put up with that, and they're going to go somewhere else. So I use the AUDIO-TECHNICA ATR 3350 lapel microphone. And there's a direct link to this below to Amazon, where you can get it for about $20. Now it's got about a 15 or 20 foot cord on there where you plug one end into your iPhone or smartphone, and then you clip the microphone onto your shirt. Now I actually prefer this corded microphone over my wireless microphone setup. I spent about $800 or $900 a few years ago on a really nice wireless mic setup, and guess which setup I use all the time? My $20 corded mic. It's much easier to set up and actually records better audio than my wireless microphone. And I think that's because as I use the wireless microphone, there's a lot of things around the house or around my neighbors that can cause interference. So unless you're in a dedicated studio room, you're going to get some interference most likely. So save some hassle and save some money and just get this $20 wired microphone. Now to use this microphone, you need an adapter that plugs into your phone, and then you plug the microphone into the adapter. And I won't go into all the technical reasons why, just understand that you need this. If you don't have this microphone adapter, it's not going to work on your phone. So the one I'm showing here is one I got from a website called kvconnection.com, and the adapter I think is about $25. It's the best adapter I could find out there, as I couldn't find any good quality ones on Amazon.com. So go get this one. And if you're watching this video and you have a different smartphone like a Samsung Galaxy or different device, still go to kvconnection.com and give them a call. They have really good customer service, and tell them what phone you have and you've got the ATR 3350 microphone, and they'll tell you what microphone adapter you need to get. So it's really nice to be able to have a company you can call up and someone knowledgeable answers. And while you're ordering the microphone, go ahead and order some extra batteries. I've bought these batteries locally from Home Depot before, and they were much more expensive than what I could get from Amazon.com. So I put a link below to a 10-pack of the batteries where they cost about $10 or $11 for the 10-pack, and at Home Depot it cost me $6 for a 2-pack. So go ahead and order these. And my other recommendation is to go ahead and order some extra foam wind guards. Now this sits over the microphone and protects the microphone from your breath hitting it or from wind going across it. That way you don't get this background noise or static noise that can wreak havoc on your audio recording. Now the ATR microphone comes with a foam adapter, or comes with a foam windshield already. Now I own 3 microphones and I've lost 2 of the foam adapters on them. So go ahead and pick up some extra foam windshields. The ones I use, I think it's $8 or $9 for a 6-pack of them. So they're very inexpensive and they work great. And what I did, these are a little bit bigger than what you need for the ATR microphone, but just take a pair of scissors and cut it down to size, and it'll save you money and save you frustration. Otherwise, if you buy the ones designed for the ATR, it's $15 for one replacement foam windshield, which is ridiculous. So buy these generic ones and just cut them down to size. Key number 2 to recording great video with your iPhone or iPad or smartphone is to use a tripod. Don't do this nonsense where you're trying to hold the phone yourself and record yourself, or hold the phone and record yourself while you're driving down the freeway at 60 miles an hour with the scenery going by. Those videos just look unprofessional, and they're going to give some people motion sickness because there's too much stuff going on. And just because you see people on YouTube doing this nonsense doesn't give you permission to do it. So I'm begging you, please don't hold an iPhone or your camera and try to record yourself. Because when I see people do that, I immediately click off and go find someone else who can invest $20 into a good tripod. So I actually have two different tripods I use. The first one is the iStabilizier Flex tripod. It's about 9 or 10 inches tall, and it has this adjustable mount where you put the iPhone or device in there. And so it's spring loaded, so as you pull it up, you can fit your device in there, and then it holds your phone in there nice and snug. I like this because it's going to prevent your phone from falling out. And also, as different sizes of phones come out, this device will still work. And if you have a case on your phone, like I've had the OtterBox case and the LifeProof case on my phone over the years, and they both will fit into this tripod no problem. So don't buy a tripod that has a fixed width mount, because that's just asking for frustration and asking that you'll need to buy a new one in a few months or when the new iPhone or new phone comes out. Another reason I like this is you can see on the right hand side there, the 3 tripod legs are actually flexible. So you can bend them and have the tripod sit on a railing or top of a chair and get it to stay snug on there. So this allows you to get the right height no matter where you're at. So I use this when I travel or if I'm on the go. I keep this all the time in my laptop bag because it hardly takes up any room. Now when I'm at home, I prefer to use a normal tripod. And these are the bigger tripods you've probably seen photographers use, where they go up 4, 5, 6 feet in the air. So these are more stable and much nicer, but you need to have more floor space. And so I prefer that, but the flexible tripod I showed you will get the job done too if you put it on top of a chair or on a table or bookshelf. But if you get one of these normal tripods, you're also going to need to buy a iPhone, or I should say a smartphone adapter, which you see on the right hand side here. So all this does is it screws on to the tripod, and it's got the same spring-loaded action where you pull it up, put your phone in there, and it holds your phone nice and snug in there. So again, it keeps it secure, and it works with different size phones and different size cases. So I put a link below to a tripod I would recommend and to the Joby mount that I use. The tripod is like $20 or $25, and I think the Joby phone mount is a $15 adapter. So they're both very, very inexpensive. Now, I don't own a tripod to record or that I use for my iPad. I've always used my iPhone for the majority of my recordings. But there's a lot of mounts out there and iPad tripods you can use to hold up your iPad. Now, as I've researched things, I've seen a lot of people make comments and reviews on those miniature iPad tripods, like the first one I showed you, but with a mount for an iPad. They say they fall over or the holder is flimsy since the iPad is a much bigger and heavier device. So again, I haven't used it, but if you're going to record video with your iPad, which records great video, I would recommend you buy a normal size tripod like I just showed you, and then get a specific mount to hold your iPad on the normal size tripod. That just seems much more secure to me, and I wouldn't want your iPad, your $400 or $500 iPad or tablet to sit there and then fall forward and fall off the table and crack the screen. That would kind of suck. So the third key to recording great video is to create the right lighting. Now, when I started researching how to get good lighting, I got overwhelmed and confused by all the different information out there and all these expensive and crazy setups that people put together. So let me start you off with some basics that will help you get some good lighting but won't break the bank. So the first thing to understand is that natural light is your friend. So daylight and sunlight is the best type of light out there. So I'm assuming the room you're going to record your videos with has at least one window, if not more. So record your video when there is light outside, and you're going to want to put the tripod and your phone or tablet in front of the window. That way the light is coming in behind the camera and then filling in the room. So this will give you pretty good free lighting and minimize shadows across your face. Now, depending on how many windows you have or how bright the sun is or what time of day, you're probably going to need some additional lighting in your room or home office. So before you go out there and spend $300 or $500 on a video or photography lighting kit, I'd recommend you go out there and replace the light bulbs in your ceiling fan or some lamps you're using, because getting the right type of light bulbs in there will actually give you much better lighting, and they won't give you that weird glow. If you've ever recorded video before or seen some people record video, a lot of times you'll see this like yellowish tint. That's because the normal light bulbs that we have around our houses typically lit off a different color spectrum of light than the natural sunlight. So replace the light bulbs in your home office or where you're recording your videos with something called natural daylight balanced light bulbs. And you'll see terminology like this on different light bulbs. Daylight temperature or daylight light bulbs. And sometimes you'll see some light bulbs say they are 5500K or 6500K. That's actually the rating system they use to determine what color lighting it emits. And I still don't quite understand it, but all I know is that you want lighting between the 5500K and 6500K temperature. So if you see that on the light bulb, or you see it says is similar to natural lighting or natural daylight, you're good to go. Now, these bulbs are usually more expensive than the regular bulbs you have around the house, but I've seen them for as cheap as about $7 or $8 a bulb the last time I bought them. So they're a little bit more expensive, but much cheaper than buying an advanced lighting kit. So I've bought these before at Target. I've also bought them on Amazon.com before. So I'd recommend just getting them off Amazon because you'll have a much bigger selection and can get the right wattage you need and how many light bulbs you need. So I put a link below to a search result that I do when I search for it, and I just type in daylight photography light bulbs or something similar, and Amazon pulls back a lot of great results. And if you get any of those light bulbs, you'll be good to go. Alright, so that wraps it up for the equipment that I use and I recommend to everyone starting out as they start recording video. You can get all that equipment for about $100, which is insanely inexpensive when you stop and think about it. But I wanted to show you a couple of videos that Jason Wells and I recently recorded, and this is for our book and our website called the AntiSuitEntrepreneur.com. We recorded 3 videos for a new marketing funnel we put together. Now, if you go watch those videos, you'll see they're very high quality and they're very high production. And the reason I'm showing them to you is because we used all the equipment I just showed you to record that video. We used our iPhones, we used those same microphone adapters, and those same mics. Now, we had some bigger photography lighting, and we did use a green screen to kind of create the right effects we wanted to, but our core equipment we used was the exact stuff that I just showed you. So there's a link below to go watch those videos if you want to see them, or go to antisuitentrepreneur.com and click on 3 steps. Now, another important thing to keep in mind is that once you record your video and you upload it to your website or to YouTube, you need to have people watch it. It doesn't matter how good your video is, because if no one watches it, you're not going to sell your products or generate leads. So all the information or all the techniques that I do to optimize my videos for Google and YouTube and our website, I've put into a course called YouTube Domination, and that's part of our personal branding and lead generation course at MLMCompletePackage.com. So if you're not sure how to get eyeballs on your video, go to MLMCompletePackage.com and get the course, because I show you step by step exactly what I do to get traffic. And the last, now about 1.5 years to maybe 2 years, posting YouTube videos has been our biggest source for free organic traffic. We're getting way more traffic from videos and YouTube than we are from our blog articles. And that's just because the way trends are shifting. So for the next couple of years, video is where it's at for getting your videos ranked to the right keywords, getting people watching them, and then getting people to your website to opt in or buy your products or do whatever. So definitely learn how to optimize your videos. And I'll leave you with this final thought. Go out there and take action and start recording video. Any video is better than no video. I've seen so many people get caught up where they're trying to get everything perfect before they publish their video. The problem is they will spend months agonizing and planning over one video, while I'll go out there and record 30 videos and publish them and reap the benefits. So you gotta find that fine balance between recording good video with good content and getting out there, because any good video is better than the perfect video on paper. So if you go get that equipment I showed you and you learn how to optimize your videos on YouTube, you will start getting people to your videos and you will start getting results from your videos. So if you have any questions or comments, please leave them below and I'll do my best to answer your questions. And also keep in mind that all the links to the products I recommend and use, they're all below this video as well.